Good afternoon, everybody. So today is Tuesday, and we are going to do our next Tip Tuesday video since you guys were watching it and liking it. So we're going to keep going with it. So today's video is another technique for releasing tension in the neck and sort of shoulder region, as well as improving range of motion. So as with any of these exercises, we always want to see where we are before we start. So I'm going to get you to turn your neck both ways. And I just want you to get a sense and feeling of what it feels like, what your range of motion is, and does it feel easier or harder to go one way versus the other. Then we're going to do ear to shoulder. And again, just get a sense of what your range of motion is, get a sense of the tension in your shoulders as you move, and also note, is it easier to go one way versus the other? Okay, so now we're going to use a tapping technique. So we're going to use some different sensory inputs to help the nervous system release tension from the area that we're stimulating. So if you do have like a soft squishy ball, that's helpful, but if you don't, you can just use your hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap through range of motion. So I'm going to start on my right hand side, and I'm going to be doing, the motion is going to be turning my neck side to side, and as I'm turning, I'm going to be tapping along the muscle. So as I turn this way, I'm going to tap up my neck toward my skull. As I turn back, I'm going to tap down toward my shoulder. And we're just going to repeat this up and down tapping to 10 repetitions. Up and down tapping. Okay, so if it's not with the ball, you can do it with your hand like this. We're going to tap along the muscle. So it could be flat palm, you can use knuckles, but gently tapping, okay? And then what I'm going to get you to do after those 10 repetitions is I want you then to repeat the movement. So just note, okay, does one side now feel different than the other having done the tapping? Does it feel easier or harder to move? Can you move further than you were able to before? Okay? No judgment, just noting whatever it is that you feel. And then we're going to do the other side. So we're going to tap up as we look toward the shoulder, and as we look back, down toward the shoulder. So up toward the neck, up toward the skull, and down toward the shoulder. We're just going to keep repeating. Of course, you always want to stay within your pain-free, available range of motion, right? We're not trying to go as far as we can go. We're just trying to create a rhythmic movement. Okay, so just tapping along, or again, if you're doing it with your hand, tapping. Good. And then resting, and then we're just going to repeat, again, the same motion. So we're going to turn and just make note of, does that now feel different from when we first did the range of motion? And then we're going to do ear to shoulder, like this. And does that feel different? Do you feel like you have more ease of movement? Maybe you have more range of motion. Maybe you feel a little less pulling. But this is a really, really great technique if you're having a lot of tension throughout the day. If you can find a quiet spot while at work or at home, and you can just kind of tap along and help to reduce some tension. So I hope you enjoyed today's Tip Tuesday. Till next time, bye.